Now, for the sake of clarity, right, I'd like to state that I don't know where Very Dark Man got his information from, but I'd like to state the following. One, Mr. Nedu did not commit any form of fraud or mismanagement of funds. Mr. Nedu did not handle any of the funds that was made available for this project. It wasn't paid to him. He did not see the money. The money was paid to us, the project managers.
Yes, I did hospital, but not the hospital. That is one funny thing. But anyway, I'm not in hospital. I'm hale and hearty. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, that's good. I'm going to go straight into the conversation without mincing words. On me, I am Nedu Emmanuel, and everybody knows me as Nedu Azubia. I'm on a personality. I'm a TV host. I'm a radio host. And the one that is causing problem is the Honest Bunch. I host a podcast called The Honest Bunch. Now, on The Honest Bunch, when a guest comes on The Honest Bunch, as we do in our fashion at The Honest Bunch, is to make the guest feel very, very comfortable. We make guests feel very comfortable before the show and even on the show. Any conversation that surrounds, as the guest is talking, you have to stop the guest so that the guest does not say some things. For me, it's not professional, and I don't do that. If you're a radio host or a TV host, you will understand that. And another thing I need to also say is, you cannot use my relationship with you, wherever you are, to force me to shut down what any guest is saying on the show. That is also not professional. Now, everyone has a right to air out their opinion when they come on the show. That is why at the beginning of the show, The Honest Bunch, you will see every opinion is shared on this platform is the opinion of the guest, not the opinion of the show itself. So everyone has the right to their opinion, and also everyone has right of rebuttal. If someone makes an opinion about you, you have a right of rebuttal. You can either come on the show and say, okay, I want to rebut what this person said, or you find a way to do it. Maybe on any other platform, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. I am not one to... A lot of things has been going on left, right, and center. But I'm going to say this. I am not one to indulge in petty exchanges of words. That's not who I am. It has never been my style, and it will never be my style to drag words with people on social media. I'm not going to do that. Let me now straighten out something. I was not fired from The Honest Bunch. I was never fired from The Honest Bunch. I decided to step away when the attacks became very personal, so that the show can go on and stand and succeed even without me being there. So I was not fired. Beyond being the host of The Honest Bunch, years ago, me and the people like Glitch, we sat down, came up with this idea of The Honest Bunch. Hence, the show and how we drive it to have gotten to the point where it is arguably the biggest podcast. We came together and formed it. But anyway, even on the show, if you are a TV host or a radio host, you have to understand that sometimes people play devil's advocate. That is my job on the show to play devil's advocate. Husband material has his own job. Is in the tone. They all have their job. My job is to ask the hard questions. That is my job. And it's also my job to make statements that most of una fit think, but you can't say it. That is my job. And if for nothing, it has encouraged conversation, hard conversations that people don't want to have. And having said all this, all I'm going to say that it is very, very sad. Anyway, let's just leave that. This is all I want to say about the Honest Bunch. While this press briefing is based on the criminal something that was online, but I'm going to hand it over to Sarah here, that is the head of the management, to handle that one.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. Okay, let's get straight into the situation. Okay, my name is Sarah Williams. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for Talking Drums Management Agency, right? We are a boutique management agency that offers services to various brands, artists, talents within the creative space. I think we'll be managing Mr. Nedu, if I'm not wrong, for almost 5 years, if I'm not wrong. We also have other talents that we manage. If you go on Instagram or Facebook, most times when you check the bios of these talents, you will see our email there, and you will see a phone number there. Usually, business conversations come to us. We have the business conversations. We negotiate, and we try as much as possible to broker deals for our talents and also help them in their career, right? So that's what we do. Like I said, Mr. Nedu has been under our management for, this is 2025, 5 years, let's say 5 years. And in the course of that 5 years, we have worked with him on several projects. We have worked with him on the Honest Bunch, and we will continue to work with him. So I just wanted to give that little background before we go into the main reason why we are here. I think he has addressed, so you can partner with them, raise money, and pay for scholarships to be granted to people from your country. So they had a chance meeting, a conversation ensued, and the gentleman in question said, I would like to use your platform, partner with you to have Nigerian students benefit from this setup. I'm a Nigerian, I don't live in Nigeria. My business has never done anything in Nigeria, but I would like to break into the Nigerian market. What I'm doing, a lot of Indians are benefiting from it, but nobody from my country has benefited from it. After they had that conversation, Mr. Nedu went ahead and connected his management and the gentleman in question, which is the standard procedure. Now, we proceeded to have meetings. In the course of that meeting, they informed us that this initiative that they want to do, they would like to have it be in partnership with their platform. So for publicity, events, marketing, to raise the funds, they would provide sponsorship, or that would be their partnership support, while Mr. Nedu will gather his fans and his people to make donations, and when we have hit a certain goal, we would begin to give these scholarships to students. Now the target was for 1,000 students, and the target was to achieve this in 2 years. If you're familiar with Instagram, I will send you to a particular handle. So the target was to 1,000 students over a course of 2 years. And per student, what it was going to cost, each student was £10,000. 2 years online in Nigeria, 2 years outside of Nigeria. That was the agreement. So for the first year, we agreed that we were going to have 3 events. 1 in Lagos, 1 in Abuja, and the other one in the UK. We also agreed that the one in Lagos was going to be the beginning of the initiative. We're going to formally launch the initiative. We're going to raise money during the one in Lagos. Then we'll proceed to Abuja and London. All parties were aligned. We all agreed. This was in January 2024. They mandated us to immediately engage an event planner and a PR company to begin to put together the cost for this venture. I think the event planning company representative is around. Yes. So in January, we reached out to the event planner and gave them the brief to put together the plan for Lagos, Abuja, and London. Lagos being the first leg. They submitted a budget for Lagos and Abuja, and we're working on London whilst we were trying to finalize the event for Lagos. The budget was shared with this particular platform and the event in Lagos. They were given 3 budgets. One was for Eco Hotel, one was for Ebony Life, and one was for Balmoral Federal Palace. They chose, or we all agreed, to go for the Balmoral. And the reason we chose that was because since it was the first, we wanted to, for the sake of the brand, put out a good event. The event planner requested for 60% for her and her team to get to work, to tie down the Balmoral, to do all the necessary things that she needed to do. 60% was sent, it's okay, 60% as requested by her was made available because her budget for the event, which they approved, was sitting at about almost 60 million. It was made available. Please, can I have that box? Immediately it was made available to her. She and her team went to work to start to plan the event, right? So that fund was made available to her. We were in the course of that when we received a message from the partners that in the last 1 week, donations were trickling in, but they were not trickling in the speed they expected. And we made it clear to them that charity in Nigeria is not, if you're using the eyes of the UK or the US, where they're used to charity, where people will just donate money, it's still a growing culture here. And this is a new initiative. We haven't even had the launch. So people are going to donate, but they are going to take their time. We need to have the message saturate the industry. They said, okay. They came back a couple of days and said, oh, we're still concerned. We're not seeing what we expect. We're expecting that by now the whole of social media will be on fire. We're like, that's not how it works. It's charity. It's not bad news. It's charity. It's going to take time. While we're having that back and forth, we are slated the 9th of March for the launch of the initiative. On the 5th of March, anybody who wants a copy of this, I can make it available to them. Mr. Dylan, who works for the platform that we were doing this in partnership with, sent an email informing us that they would no longer be part of the event. One, they would no longer be providing the support that they were supposed to provide, and they would be pulling out. The event was for the 9th. We were getting this email on the 5th. That's about 4 days to the event. Please, event planner, please, that box. This was the invite for the charity ball. We had over 200 copies of this sent to prominent Nigerians with what do they call it? Like a charger, something properly branded. If you look at it, you can see the name. You can see the name of the company that we're in partnership with, boldly written there, and the Nedu Scholarship Foundation, Future Bright, also boldly written there. So please, event planner, 5 days to the event, we had to inform, that's the representative of the event planning company, we had to inform them that we had a problem. Our partners were not going to fulfill their own end of the bargain. We would not be able to pay them their balance of 40%. Bear in mind, we had already paid them 60%. There's proof of transfers and everything necessary. And that we needed them to figure out what we were going to do. Mr. Nedu was like, should I cancel? And I said, you can't cancel. You've already gathered people. People are coming in for this event. What we can do, though, is go ahead and see how we're going to figure it out. So we informed them. They immediately went to work and started adjusting the budget. Say, okay, anything we've not paid for, because in the email Mr. Dillon said, and I quote, he said, it would be prudent to refrain from releasing the remaining funds at this time. We understand this decision may come as a disappointment, considering the effort you have put into the event. Please know that this decision was not made lightly, and we are, just a minute, I want to read the part where he said, please go ahead and cut down on your budget for the event, and also go ahead to recover monies that you have spent from the various people you have given monies to, if possible, so that you can go ahead and finish the event. He said, if you can, look to cut any unnecessary elements of the event. We can avoid having outstanding payments and mitigate any potential risk associated with the event's success. Rest assured, this decision is not a reflection of the quality of your work or your contributions. We value your expertise and dedication, and we are confident that together we will navigate through this period. We will monitor the situation, and after the success of the event, we would have a clearer understanding of the outcome, and we can revisit the issue of releasing the remaining funds and discuss how to proceed in a mutual beneficial manner. That was the mail from Mr. Dillon. He's their Director of Social Impact. He sent us that. We did what we could to save the situation. We had the event at the Balmora. We have pictures, we have videos, we have celebrities that attended, we have press people that attended. The event was hard. People made some donations, people made pledges. Altogether, I think pledges and donations, pledges was about 18 to 19 million. Donations was about 4 million naira. 4 million, 4.1 actual donations that night, but pledges came to about 19 million. So it was a successful event. We wrapped it up. We had auctions. Several notable Nigerians gave what they could. A fashion brand gave us clothes to auction. We got artwork that was auctioned, all in a bid to raise money to support this noble cause. After the event, we came back to the drawing table with this team and said, okay, we're not angry that you ditched us last minute and put his brand and his name at risk. We have handled and mitigated the situation. Thankfully, nobody knew that there were internal issues. The event has come, prominent Nigerians came. We have been able to get people to successfully pledge about 18 to 19 million. We have raised about 4 million. What do we do moving forward? Because we have outstanding bills to pay, and we also have these pledges that we need to follow up on and move forward. And that back and forth, we couldn't agree. We couldn't agree. So the first thing we did was, because we have a contract with the event planners, we paid them the sum of 4 million naira, which was, after all the running around, was what was outstanding, because it wasn't their fault. So we said, oh, from donations, here's 4 million. Let's know that you're sorted while we try to sort ourselves out. We had several meetings, we had conversations, lawyers got involved, back and forth, till we couldn't salvage, we were not making any progress. And then they decided to write a petition to the Nigerian police. This petition was written on the 26th of June, 2024. If anybody needs a copy, we can provide a copy. So they went to the Nigerian police and petitioned the Nigerian police, and they invited us to come and discuss what the problem was. We honored the invitation. We provided all the information, all the evidence that we had. We had a 4 to 5 months back and forth with the police, with the police playing a sort of trying to see if they could resolve the matter. Right? The police also did their investigation, and at the end of the day, the police advised us to settle. Right? That they have looked at it, they said, is it possible you guys can settle? Because this doesn't seem to be a problem that warrants criminal charges or all that. If you guys can settle, since there's a breakdown in communication, they are not comfortable with your pattern. They think it's too slow. They want accelerated results. You are informing them that you can't get accelerated results in Nigeria. Plus, we just suffered the increment in fuel, everybody changing economy and all that. So they said, can you guys settle? And we said, oh, we are open to settlement. What is the settlement? Their initial request was we should do videos to promote their brand. Mr. Nedu said, oh, well, if that doesn't solve the problem, we still have over 600 applicants that applied for this scholarship. They are waiting for information on how and when the scholarship is going to happen. But if doing videos to promote your brand will bring you to the table so we can discuss what to do with these 600 applicants, fine. Later they came back and said no, they didn't want the videos anymore. They wanted a refund of 40 million. And he was like, that's not possible. The money was used for the event. Your team came to the event, duly represented. Monies were paid to people to do the job. They did the job. Where am I going to get 40 million to give you back? And they said, oh, that's their request. And we said, that's an impossible request. But it's fine. At this point, if you feel that you have a genuine case, please go to court. At the end of the day, that's the final person that we can all take our matters before. So we said, please feel free to go to court and we can trash it out there, right? So that was the last stand of everybody. We're waiting for, okay, when you go to court, we'll sort out our issues in court. Now, for the sake of clarity, right, I'd like to state that I don't know where Very Dark Man got his information from, but I'd like to state the following. One, Mr. Nedu did not commit any form of fraud or mismanagement of funds. Mr. Nedu did not handle any of the funds that was made available for this project. It wasn't paid to him. He did not see the money. The money was paid to us, the project managers. Thirdly, Mr. Nedu does not own the company Talking Drums. Talking Drums has been in existence for at least 15 years. If Very Dark Man did a little bit of research, went to the CAC, he would find out that there are owners, there's a board that has nothing to do with Mr. Nedu. Talking Drums, as a management company, has not only managed Mr. Nedu and does not only manage Mr. Nedu, we have other clients, right? So seeing our phone number and our contact on his bio is not an indication that he is the owner of the company. We provide management services to him. And in the course of that management services, we were in charge of a project, of his corporate social responsibility project. Everything that has to do with the expenditure on this project, the police has copies of bank account statements, payments that were made to vendors, contracts with vendors, conversations with vendors. All that has been provided to the police.